にちは。
Konnichiwa. Welcome to the Sex Positive Podcast. I'm Michael.
I'm Erika.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Okay, we're starting.
Okay.
Well, Erika.
Yeah. Yeah, Michael.
So what were you just telling me?
About Japanese porn.
Yeah, your friend.
No, about my friend?
Yeah.
About, my friend. どっから始めればいいの?
So you were saying that you had a friend in elementary school and you found out kind of recently that she became a porn actress.
Yes. Like not me, like my another classmate boy found her at porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting, like.
Why?
Because, like, I imagine that so many girls in Japan go into porn. So I'm not surprised to hear the story. Like, I'm totally not surprised. I imagine that, like, everybody probably knows maybe like 10 people at least that have gone into porn, but you just don't know. Right? Because Japan's porn industry is, like, the biggest, I think.
I think it's because the door is more open for everybody.
What do you mean?
Like, she wanted to be a actress, normal actress, or model, but she couldn't be. Then the porn actress was easier to be.
But that's quite a big difference though, no?
Yeah, but like to 入るテレビに出る to on TV to be actress on TV. So it's a little bit different, but it's same on TV.
But it's not the same though. Because
でも I think to be a porn actress is difficult.
Way more difficult. Not the doing part, but like she's not proud of that probably. She didn't like I don't know, but she probably didn't tell anybody. She can't do anything else once she does that. Especially in Japan, right? The shame of being a porn star. And because she's probably not a popular porn star. Right? She's just one of the thousands of girls that did some porn.
Yeah. Like to be a porn star need the potential っていうかthe porn actor too. It's few actors to be star famous, right?
In porn, especially.
So, but I was watching porn yesterday, Japanese porn. Like, because when I watched the first Japanese porn, it was so boring. And our friend said, like, porn, she recommend one porn star.
Our friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I watched that porn yesterday. But I was...
Is this a friend that we had dinner with recently?
Yeah.
Oh, my original friend.
Yes.
I didn't realize she introduced you to a porn star. I forgot.
Because I told her, like, oh, Japanese porn is very boring.
Yeah.
And she said, oh, but it's better to what? Have you ever watched the Itetsu, the porn guy?
Oh, it's a guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then she said, oh, and it's good to watch the wife porn. She said. Then I watched yesterday.
And what was it?
I don't like the Japanese porn.
But what kind of porn was this that you saw?
It was the guy who lives next by なんか in apartment ね have two house two apartment room で the next live one young guy and another house lives two なんだっけ wife and husband and the husband was so drunk that day and the wife was taking care of him after the young guy came to her house, like their house, and the wife and the young guy make love. And like,
spoiler.
なんか
So it was the attraction point was older women, wife,
and maybe the thrilling because the husband was.
Where was he? Was he like asleep?
Yeah, sleeping
in the same room.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that kind of Japanese porn, right?
So, なんか
where there's somebody nearby that doesn't realize.
なんだろう the situation is very very strange.
It's very strange.
Weird.
Oh, how was the wife in this porn?
First she said no, you cannot do that.
Yeah.
You cannot do that.
And he kept on doing it.
Yeah. And like なんか guy was strong and you won right like that.
Yeah.
And no, he said like oh shh yeah you can. So
that's a really popular point in Japanese porn, right? And that makes me wonder, do Japanese girls like or wish for a guy to try to have sex with them and the girl says I don't want to do that, but the guy doesn't accept no and keeps trying, and then the girl is like no, but not really scared, not in a really like please don't have sex, but actually they want to inside, but they say no, and then they hope the guy keeps on trying. Because to me, I don't like that porn because it's weird, because it seems like it's
not
rape.
natural. Yeah.
Almost like it's nearly rape.
そんな感じだからなんだっけなwoman said no, but the guy なんかなんつうの take off his pants underwear and put the penis to the mouth and
Jesus.
そう最悪だよね
I wonder how they come up with that idea.
ね、でも I think it's なんか Japanese porn なんだろうなんか strange situation. They like strange situation or not normal, a normal situation. But なんか after I watched maybe 2 or 3 and after I thought I can compare with the Europe, not or Japanese one. Like
I probably like American.
So American side.
Yeah.
And I watched more 2 or 3 porn.
Yeah.
And I realized after watch 6 porn video yesterday なんかなんだろう it's becoming more normal. Not everything was boring after that.
Everything. All the porn.
なんか even if the last time when I watched it was great, but this time because of I watched the 6.
Yeah.
So it became not fun. So I thought, so I imagined the guy, like every guy watched many porn, right? And the expectation become high and high and high, and many situations, strange situation, and weird things and not natural.
Oh, you mean that like the normal sex in a porn for a guy is not enough?
So
it's like too boring.
So じゃない?
Well, that's probably true for a lot of guys that watch a lot of porn. They need crazier stuff. But then also the weirder stuff is like a fantasy thing. Like, there's a lot of train porn.
What is train porn?
Train porn is where there's... So I've never... Well, how do I describe it? It's on a train, and usually the guy forces the girl to do something. So she doesn't want to do anything. So there's a girl, usually she's very young, and the guy like puts his hand under her, and then they start doing something, and her face is like, no, don't do that. And it's on a train. It's very rapey. Very rapey.
Why? Have you ever watched the porn, like normal sex porn?
In Japan? A Japanese one? What do you mean normal sex?
Like natural sex. Not like too much porn. I couldn't find like...
Yeah, there is porn for that reason. Like, you can find porn that is just, like, their marketing is, we have normal sex porn. Just two people having sex on a bed. And it's supposed to be real, and they're, the woman is not being too crazy or whatever, just two people having sex. Yeah.
Have you ever?
I've seen it, yeah.
Oh. And which you thought it's more exciting?
That. Yeah, that's more exciting.
Which one?
The normal one. For me, personally. But I don't know if a lot of guys would say that. I'm not sure.
No, for me too, like normal sex porn, it will be more exciting one.
Yeah.
Because we can imagine it naturally.
Yeah.
And I think it's, if the guy side and girl side feelings good on the video, like not acting, only acting.
Yeah.
It become more exciting.
Yeah.
Than fake one.
I guess so, but a lot of guys, I imagine a lot of guys, they don't watch porn because they just want to watch sex. They want to put themselves into the porn so much that they need a kind of fantasy. So like, the fantasy might be like on the train. And in Japan, I'm not surprised that that's popular because people spend so much time on a train. And I'm sure guys' imaginations go crazy on the train. And just to watch normal sex could be boring because they can't put themselves into the sex. They need something to grab their imagination. Like if the guy's older, if he's like 50 and the girl is 20, I guess that's a popular fantasy.
Yes.
And like, how many porns have you seen where the two people are the same age? I mean, there's a lot, but there's also a lot more probably that's like an older guy, or like there's an age difference, right? That's a thing.
Yeah. Good point. Because we cannot choose the person who watched, right? Like the porn was to everybody.
Yeah.
So young to old.
Yeah.
So need to old man to old man watch the porn. Maybe the 20 years old girl is more attractive, right?
And the porn that has like a young guy and an older woman, that's probably not for an older woman. That's probably for the young guy.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yeah.
When it's so for young guy and for old guy, the expectation for porn is totally different. Or not only porn, like to have a sex, it's different.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. Young guy want to watch normal sex, or old woman, more older woman. Sex.
Oh, I think it just depends on the person, really. Like, older woman that's a popular fantasy with young guys, I think. But Yeah, I don't know. That's a tricky one. I've never talked to a person over 40 about porn.
No.
Because that's totally new for them. A lot of young people, like, okay, we're in our 20s. But a person that's a bit younger than us, like, let's say 5 years younger, they may have grown up with porn. From the moment they felt horny, they knew, I can go to the internet and watch porn. But a person over 40... okay, maybe they had magazines or something, but they didn't have the same access. So their porn adventures started when they were like very adults, right?
確かにね。へえ、interesting ね。
Yeah.
なんか history, porn history, have porn history, right?
Yeah.
だってif put the only magazine for like in front of us,
yeah,
can you be horny on only magazine?
I think so, but it would be more tough. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It depends what the magazine was. The magazines, in a way, the magazines are more fake because it's a photo shoot and the girls are trying to look their best for each picture, so the pose is like, if it was just a normal picture of a girl like getting dressed or whatever, like, and not crazy nice makeup and beautiful hair and you know, just a regular situation, that would be kind of sexy.
そうか。なんか maybe for me, the magazine will not help, but I realize it because maybe for me the vision is not so important. Right?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. So for guys, it's easier just to look at something. But when you watch porn, do you need a story?
So, なんか I found Japanese porn have story.
Yeah.
So it was long, like 45 minutes or 1 hour porn, and it was boring.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch all of that.
Yeah.
So I cut, and watched only the near of the part of doing sex part. But for me, what was important for me, it was the how to start. How the story. How
the sex started. Or like how the something, the like a kiss or
so start. It was important. So for me, American porn is enough, because American porn have like, which I watched, have kiss and take off the clothes and start.
Right.
It's enough.
Yeah.
But the Japanese one is so too long. It's that we want to watch the porn to be horny, right?
Yeah.
But only story. Mother, not yet.
Well, yeah, nobody has 1 hour to watch porn. People are too busy to watch an hour of porn, right?
Why have the 1 hour porn?
I don't know.
But maybe I watched the porn for woman, maybe, not for guy.
Okay. Let's pause and introduce our podcast.
Okay.
So, I'm Michael.
I'm Erika.
And this is our sex positive podcast.
Positive podcast.
And we want to talk about sex. The world of sex.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a click track on that. I can hear it. We want to encourage people to feel comfortable talking about sex.
Yes.
Anything and everything about sex. Today we've talked about porn so far, only porn. But we're interested in sex with relationships and society.
Taboo, why the sex is, conversation about sex is taboo.
Yeah. And that's it. That's our introduction, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. そうだね。
So since we mentioned our introduction, I remembered something the other day. So we enjoy talking about sex. We have like a passion for talking about this stuff.
Yes.
And we realized that we share this passion probably 2 years ago, maybe?
Maybe, yes.
I don't remember the first conversation that we had, but one of the first conversations was in your house. You asked me about what do girls say during sex when they're having an orgasm. And I said, well, maybe they'll say like, I'm coming. And then you said in Japanese, they say iku, which means going. And that was the moment that we found the passion.
And in Portuguese is the have words to orgasm.
Have words? What do you mean?
Gozar. Vou gozar.
What's that?
It is gozar is become good feelings.
Yeah, like kimochi.
Kimochi みたいな。そうそう。But not popular words. You can use when you have a sex, or you can use in not only sex, but we don't use so much, I think.
So would a Brazilian woman say that in a moment that she feels good?
When come to orgasm.
Only when you come to orgasm. Okay. I wonder if there's somewhere where they don't say anything in the moment of orgasm.
Oh, like right
or like just nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, like maybe. But it's interesting that the girl now has to tell the guy like that's important. But has that always been the case, or is that a new thing?
I don't know. But the guy wants to know if the girl is coming or not.
Yeah, right. The guy wants to know. That's true. So maybe it came from porn. Like a lot of things have come from porn.
Yes.
Recently.
It's like a textbook, right?
yeah.
そうだね。確かに。でも、なんだろう。I don't know, but depend on, I don't know. どうなんだろうな。Maybe for girl, we don't have to say, but we know if we say the guy become more happy or it's finished or something.
Like in a porn, it makes sense because the person watching needs to know. Sometimes the girl moving is not enough. So they have to tell the audience, now I'm having an orgasm. But in real life, sometimes it's hard to know in real life as well. But the girl doesn't have to say I'm coming. She could just make a noise. And I guess most girls feel like they have to make a noise.
Yes.
Or stop making noise. There's like a moment where it changes. That's probably natural, at least.
Yes. And in fact.
Yeah. More sentence.
I think many girls act having orgasm.
Yeah. To make the guy happy.
Yeah.
ね。
そう。だから深いね。It's deep things.
Yeah.
Sex.
Yeah. Like it's not that important
What?
for the girl to have an orgasm. Like obviously it's important for the guy because he needs to have an orgasm to make a baby. But the girl doesn't have to have an orgasm. In that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for like to have a baby.
Yeah. The main purpose of sex doesn't really include the woman's orgasm. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
But maybe without, how to say, I don't know, without
the wetness.
It's hard to bring the semen to inside. No?
I don't know.
If imagine that dry hole and penis go and but to how we can swim
but it wouldn't be dry
without water.
But it wouldn't be dry though.
Why?
Because it gets wet without an orgasm. It's wet in there, right?
Yeah, but if そうだね、確かにね。でも feeling better makes wet more.
Yeah, so feeling good is important. We're not even, because like in the past a man would just rape a woman and she didn't enjoy it, but her body would respond and she would get wet. So she wouldn't be enjoying it that much, but she would still get pregnant. I'm gonna write that down. Wait, what were we just talking about?
What? We have introduction.
No, just like 2 seconds ago.
Wet or not wet?
Oh yeah, woman's orgasm. I'm gonna check that.
そうだね。
Next podcast.
Okay. でも orgasm, I think, make easy to wet too much. So much.
But what about, like, a lot of girls can't have an orgasm when they're having sex. But that everything is still okay.
Still okay. What?
Like, they can get wet enough, they can get pregnant, it doesn't affect that stuff. But recently the orgasm is important for, well, one reason is the guy's ego.
でも women have ego too, right? We want to be good feelings.
Yeah. But
of course.
That's true, I know, yeah.
For
the guy's perspective, the guy wants the girl to have an orgasm because then he feels, I made her come. That's and it's sexy for the guy to feel that.
I don't know, I'm only me, so I don't know. But for me
that's the title of this podcast. I'm only me.
It's important because if the guy the guy come and I don't come, it's not equal. Right? I need to come. そうじゃない？そうなんだろう。だから。
So in that way, it's important.
そう。The only woman side become horny and not finish the horny feelings, and the guy come and finish. Boring.
I have a question.
What?
If you're having sex, and let's say the sex lasts 10 minutes, around 5 minutes, you have an orgasm. And it feels amazing, it's a big orgasm, but then there's sex for another 5 minutes, and then the guy finishes. In that 5 minutes, it's possible for the sex to go down, right? Like, what I mean is, at the 5 minute mark, when you have an orgasm, that could be the best moment of sex. And then the next 5 minutes is just like, oh, I hope he comes soon. Or does it kind of go up and up even more?
Like, it's different, じゃない？
Does it go like down and up like that?
No, because it's for なんだろう? In my case, if I come first and he didn't come yet.
Well, if you don't come first, you're not coming, right? If you don't come first, you're not coming.
だからそう I come first, I came, and after, so the 5 minutes last, ね? To the guy come, ね? The time to the guy come. It's important too because I come already, but I want to make him come too. So it's good time for this 5 minutes. I can make him come. Right?
So your focus shifts a little bit more to the guy.
Yeah. But I was satisfied already in first 5 minutes. So it's perfect. So if I'm didn't come in 5 minutes and he come first 5 minutes, oh shit, no, なんかもうそしたら最悪。
Like the journey to the orgasm is very different for the guy and the girl. Like a guy could have sex for 1 hour, and the whole time, of course, he doesn't have an orgasm. He has an orgasm at the very end after an hour. The whole hour could be amazing for him because he didn't have an orgasm, and he's making his way slowly to the orgasm. But that could be different for the girl.
そうだね。だって girl can come many times.
Yeah. I don't know if that's true for every single girl, but I get a lot of girls.
Yeah, but I think it's easy to come, like, because the guy is spread, finished, right? But girl don't have ending.
Yeah.
And I searched on the internet. After coming, the point come down.
What point?
Portio.
Inside the one. Okay.
Coming more down, close.
Yeah.
To how to
catch the
top of penis.
Yeah.
Then feel good. So have many points, right? Girl have clitoris and have G spot, and after U spot, portio. I don't know.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm gonna check that.
3 points for orgasm.
Right.
Easy orgasm point. So. だから、そうだね。
Right. But the difference would be like in the hour of having sex, it would be very, 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 very hard for the guy to get bored. He's having a great time. He doesn't have an orgasm. But it would be easier for the girl to get bored in that 1 hour.
そうかも。If the guy didn't make effort.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to make so much effort to enjoy it himself. He could be going very slowly, and it's amazing.
なんか、でもそしたら for a girl, the important point is to think of her, じゃない？なんか
For the guy to think of her. Yeah,
the most important thing, じゃない？
For the girl.
わかんないけど。
Yeah.
だって
But what about like
even if not orgasm, no orgasm, I can be satisfied if the guy make effort.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So I like.
So if a girl has a one night stand, her worst nightmare would probably be the sex is bad because the guy just wants to have sex and have an orgasm. He doesn't care about her at all, which is understandable because they don't know each other. Let's just say they're strangers. But in the moment of sex, he could still try and like be affectionate and show her, I want to make you feel good. But if that's missing, it's a problem.
Yes. So that it's like masturbation.
Yeah, using her vagina. Yeah.
だから、そう思います。
Should we stop it there?
かな？わかんない。
We could probably keep talking for a long time, but for the first podcast, maybe that's good.
Yes. And next time we talk more about new things.
Yeah. Next time, let's talk about, do women need to have an orgasm? Do women need to have an orgasm? Or how important is the role of the woman's orgasm? The U spot. And I want to ask you to teach me some sex talk in Japanese.
What is sex talk?
Sex talk is like just talking in sex. Or not talking in sex, talking during sex. Like kimochi and iku.
わからない。Okay.
A little bit. Because the interesting point is not only is it like cool, like funny to talk about, but the difference that we talked about with English I'm coming and Japanese iku, which is I'm going. Like I don't think people think about that they're saying I'm coming. But maybe like it makes sense to say like the feeling of the orgasm is coming. So I'm coming.
Yes, I can.
But then in Japanese it's I'm going. Does that mean that the connection is...
No, go to heaven.
Oh, see, that's interesting. Let's talk more about that next time. Okay, grand. Thanks for listening.
聞いてくれてありがとうございました。